Part 12 of Mashiach and the teaching of Torah. The identity of Samson with the prostrate bearded god is convincing. When we see the stature and strength of him compared to the other gods. And Samson's identity with him is made certain after we see he has the jawbone of an ass on his head. Here. A wonderful story is told in the scriptures of Samson's exploits when he single-handed killed 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass in his hand, which we read in Judges chapter 15 verse 16. And every schoolboy knows the final outcome of Samson. His hair grew back, he gained his strength, and after being tied with his hands to two pillars of the temple, with his great strength he pulled the temple down. An adaptation upon the upper register of this division of the Tuat, as we see here. Horazet with his arms outstretched, standing on the Sphinx. And it came to pass, when their hearts were merry, that he said, "Call for Samson, that he may take us sport." And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport, and they set him between two pillars. And Samson said unto the lad that held him by the hand, "Suffer me that I may feel the pillars whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them." And as we read, Samson pulls down the temple. Next is a strange looking serpent called Shenty. Here. Having in front 4 legs and 4 heads, and the same at the back. In between stands APEP, a scene taken up in the Bible as a reference to the burial of Samson. Also we see a man holding the serpent buff. Having a head at each end and 8 heads upon a snake. Here. Making 11 heads altogether. A total symbolically used in Judges chapter 17 verse 2, which reads, "And he said unto his mother, the 1100 shekels of silver that were taken from thee, about which thou cursest, and spaketh also in my ears, behold, the silver is with me." In the lower section, we see 4 groups holding a rope. Here. First group, second, third and fourth. The first four gods are called the souls of Amontet. The second group of four are called the followers of Thoth. These are ibis-headed gods, the birds of Thoth. The third group are called the followers of Horus. They have the head in the shape of a hawk, the bird of Horus. Lastly, the fourth group are called the followers of Ra, having the ram's head. This group that holds a rope pulls a serpent Kepri along with a second group. Here and here. Of 8 bearded gods who are described as powers. This last section is portrayed in the Bible through the story of Micah, who having set up an idol, Kepri, then Dan, whose tribal insignia is the serpent, then set out to acquire it for themselves, which we read in Judges chapter 18 verse 14. And this ends the 9th division of the Egyptian Tuat.